simplify polynomial by combining like terms. Okay, these two are like terms. They have the same variable x and same exponent on this variable. Okay, so also this one. This is these two are like terms. Same variable on x, same variable on y. So these two are like terms. Okay. What about these two? These two are not like terms because they have different variable x and a. These two are not like terms because the exponent on the variable here are different. This one is 2, this is 3. Okay. Now for like term, we can combine them, right? Like term is like a same kind of thing. Right? 4 apple plus 5 apple, you get 9 apple, right? So 4y plus 5y, you get 9y. You just add the coefficient in front. Okay, apple plus apple, you still get apple. Y plus y, you still get y. Okay, what's changing here is the number here in front. So 4 plus 5 make 9. So it's 9y. Similar with subtracting. Okay, so these two are 19. Okay, you combine the coefficient. 8 minus 1 makes 7. So you get 7x squared. Okay. Now, this is called combining 19. Okay. Now let's do this together. Okay. You can shout out the answer here. 4x to the 4 plus 81x to the 4. What does it equal to? Yeah.
85x to the power of 8.
Remember, apple plus apple is still apple. You don't add the exponent. Okay. 19 the same thing. Okay. So 4x to the 4 plus 81x to the 4, you still get x to the 4. What's changing here is the number. Remember?
So 85x to the power of 4.
Yeah, 85x x to the power of 4. Yeah. So when you combine 19, that exponent on that variable is not going to change. Apple plus apple, you still get apple. What's changing is just the number in front. Okay. So over here you still get x to the 4, but the number in front is going to change. The coefficient will be 4 plus 81, so that's 85. So 85x to the 4. Okay. Okay. The next one over here. These two are like term because they have the same variable on x and y. This one is not a like term with these two. Okay. So when you combine, you can only combine these two. Combine these two, what do you get?
23x squared times y squared.
Yes. So we add the coefficient. 17 plus 6 is 23. So 23x squared y squared, right? Okay. Now this one here is not going to be combined with any other. So it's going to leave it. It's going to by itself. Okay, so adding this. So adding that one. Okay, now they cannot combine because this is y to the second, this is y to the first. They have different exponent on that variable y. So not 19, you leave them alone. Okay. This one over here. So you see the 19, right? The 19 will be this, this, and this. This one is not a 19 with them. Okay. Okay, combine these 3 19s over here. What do you get?
R squared.
R squared, right? So negative 3 plus negative 4 is negative 7. Negative 7 plus 8 is positive 1. So positive 1 R squared, right? Positive 1 R squared. And then this R here by itself. Okay. Now, can you combine these two? Do you think it can combine?
No, because they're not like terms.
No, because they have different exponent on that variable, right? So it cannot combine. So just leave them like this. Okay. Okay, this one here. Now this one over here, what are the 19s? This is the 19 of this one, right? And then this is the 19 of this one. Oh, just checking. No, not that one. So this is a 19 of this one, and then this is a 19 with this one, right? Okay. Okay, and then these two numbers are 19s, right? Okay. So combine these two, when you combine this 2 over here, you combine the coefficient, right? 3/5 plus 1/2. Okay, so 3 plus. Okay, I'm going to post a note over here on Canvas. Later, you can also take a look. Okay, if you miss any part, I probably go a little bit fast, I think. Okay, so over here, these two combine. Okay, so you combine the coefficient 3/5 and 1/2. Now, how do you combine these two fractions? You combine them by convert to the same denominator. The LCD is 10. So 3/5 is 6 over 10. 1/2 is 5 over 10. So combine them is 11 over 10. Okay, so 11 over 10, AB. Now what about this two? Combine this two. You combine this coefficient. You convert to same denominator 6. So you multiply up and down here by 2. So it's 8 over 6. And then now you combine them. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 over 6 is 7 over 6 is 7 over 6. So 7 over 6 and then A. Okay. And then combine this two number over here. It is -3. Okay. Okay, so that's how you combine line chain. Okay. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, so one thing you have to be careful, do not try to create this expression by multiplying by the LCD 30. It's not okay. Why? Why it's not okay? Now let me give you an example in terms of money. Okay, so if you have an equation like this, we know one quarter dollar, right? It is equal to 25 cents. So this is the equation. It has an equal sign. You have the left side and the right side. Okay. Now you can multiply both sides by 4. Remember, equation has two sides, so you multiply both sides by 4. Now this side here you get $1. This side here you get 100 cents. $1 still equal to 100 cents, right? Still equal. So that's what equation. However, this one over here is not equation. This is an expression. Expression has only one side. Equation has two sides. It has the equal sign in between. So, for example, this expression is kind of similar like this, right? Like this 1/4. Okay. Well, this is 1/4. If you multiply this by 4, then I get $1, which is not the same as 1/4. So it's not okay to multiply this by 4 because you're changing the value. Changing the value, there's a different value than the one that you start with, right? So if you multiply this expression by 30, you're making this expression 30 times as big as before. So you're changing it. So it's not okay. But if it's an equation, when you have both sides, left side, right side, you can multiply both sides by the LCD. But when you have expression has only one side, you cannot multiply by the LCD. You have to keep the denominator, okay?
So the goal is to simplify and not to solve?
Yeah, it's not to solve. Only for equation, you solve it. For expression, you simplify it. Yeah, okay. You keep the denominator. So we keep the denominator over here. You keep the denominator over here, okay? And you convert them to the same denominator. And you combine them, okay? If you multiply both sides by 30, if you multiply by 30, you get something, and you get an expression that's 30 times as large as the one that you start with, which is not okay. You're changing the one that you start with, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Okay, good. Now we're going to add polynomial, okay? Add polynomial, we know how to add polynomial. Now we're adding this polynomial with this polynomial. So let's think about what are the line terms. Okay. So this one and this one are line terms. Okay. Same variable x, same exponent on x. Then these two are line terms, same exponent on x. These two numbers are line terms. Okay, both are numbers. Okay. So combine these two. Okay. What do you get? 3x squared plus 2x squared. 5x squared. Yeah, you got it. Okay, and then combine these two, what do you get?
2x.
2x. Okay, so we got 2x. Combine these two,
1.
1. 1. Okay. Now the next one over here, we're trying so we're trying to combine this this two polynomial. We're trying to add this two polynomial. This one adding this. So these two are lichens. Okay. Combine them by adding the coefficient. Negative by adding 2 is positive 3. So we get 3x cubed y squared. Okay. And then this and this are lichens, right? X squared y cubed, x squared y cubed. So combine these two, we add the coefficient. Negative 4 adding 5 is 1. So we get 1 x squared y cubed. Okay. And then the last, this one over here, there's no other term to combine with this one. Oh, this is not a 19 with any other term. So we just copy. Okay. So we copy this down. Okay. So I think that's it. Oh, you see what I have done over here? I rearranged the terms over here. I put them in descending power of x. X cubed, x cubed, x squared. Okay, like this. Now, probably in your homework, in web science, they want you to put that in this order, right? It's called descending power of x. X cubed, x cubed, x squared. Okay, so maybe put it in that order when they ask. Okay. Okay. Now the last one. This one, the last one over here. Okay. When you add these two polynomial, okay, you see that these two are lichens, right? So we can combine these two. Combine these two, we add the coefficient. 1/4 plus 3/4. What do you get?
1.
You get 1. So you get 1 m to the 4, right? Now what about these two? These two are lichens, m cubed, m cubed. 1/2 plus 7/3. How do you do
Negative
that?
11/6.
Okay, that's good. So 1/2 minus 7/3. You convert them into some denominator, 6. So you multiply this by 3 up and down. So you got 3/6. And then for this one, to convert the denominator becomes 6, you multiply by 2 up and down. So you got 14/6. Okay. And then 3 minus 14, it is negative 11. So it's negative 11/6. So you got negative 11/6, m cubed over here, and this is m to the 4. Right? Now, can you combine these two?
No.
You cannot, because the different exponent on this variable m, right? They're not lichens. Okay. Okay. Okay, the next one, subtracting polynomial. Okay, so this one here, the next one, we subtract polynomial. Okay. Now notice that when you this minus sign in front, you can think about it as -1 times this whole expression inside the parenthesis. So you can distribute this negative sign inside. So when you distribute this negative sign inside, you're going to change this change the sign in front. So this becomes -2x cubed. Negative times negative is positive. So you're adding positive 3x squared. Okay. So remember to change sign when you distribute this -1 inside this parenthesis with everything inside the parenthesis. Okay. When you distribute the negative sign. Okay. Okay. Now this one over here, let's do it together. Okay. So the first one, you're not going to change it. So it will be the same. Okay, so let me write down. So that will be 8x cubed plus 2x squared. It's not going to change. Now over here is a minus. Minus this polynomial. So you distribute this negative sign inside. So what should I put over here? Minus
2x cubed
2x cubed and then what?
plus 3x squared.
3x squared. Yes. So you see the sign over here change. So minus here and then this change to plus. Okay. Now we combine like chain. So this one and this one are like chain. Combine, what do you get?
6x cubed.
6x cubed. Okay. And then combine this one and this one. We got 5x squared, right? Okay, done with that one. Okay. Now, what about when you subtract here, you have those decimal for coefficient? Okay, it's similar. So over here, this subtract that. The first part here is not going to change. So I just copy it down. Okay, minus, and then this will be 8.7 RT squared. Now, minus is going to become plus, right? Minus here become plus. So this is adding 4.3 r squared t squared. Okay. And now here minus this. So this addition become minus. So minus 5.9 r cubed t squared. Okay. Now let's see what are the nitrogens. So this one and what else are nitrogen? This one. What's the nitrogen with this one?
Negative 8.7 RT
This one?
squared.
Yeah, this one. So this one and nitrogen. Okay. Combine 3.1 subtract 8.7. It is negative, right? Negative 1. It is negative. Someone tell me? 5.6, right? Is it negative 5.6? Okay. Okay. So negative 5.6 RT squared. Okay. And then this one, and what else are nitrogen? This one over here and this one over here are nitrogen. Okay. This one and this one. So this and this are nitrogens. Okay. Combine them, you add the coefficient. 4.3 plus 4.3 is 8.6. So 8.6 r squared t squared. But what about this one? This one here is all by itself. There's no other chain to combine with. It's not a nitrogen with others. Okay. So we just have this. Yeah, that one. Okay. Okay. Now this one over here, we did this. So we just did this. Okay. Okay. So multiply. So when we get opposite, okay, we multiply -1, we get the opposite. Okay. So if you have this polynomial multiplied by -1, we get the opposite of this polynomial. Okay. And then you can distribute this negative sign inside to get this. Okay. Okay. Now let's do this example. We're going to subtract this polynomial from the sum of these two. So what should we do first? Should we do the sum first or should we subtract first? Which one we do first?
The subtract.
Yeah, we do the sum first. Okay. So we're going to subtract this from the sum of this, right? Okay. So we're going to sum this up first. Okay. So we're going to subtract from the sum over here. So that's the sum. So we're going to do the sum first. Okay, and then later on we're going to subtract this from the sum. Okay, so we do the sum first. So you add this two. Okay, so this adding this, combine I change x. So this one and this one are I change. Okay, combine this. What do you get?
8x to the fourth power y.
Yeah, you got it. So that is 8. Okay, x to the 4 and then y, right? And then this one here is no 19 to combine, so you copy. This one here, no 19 to combine, you copy. Notice I put that in descending power of x. X to the 4, x cubed, and then x squared. I put that in this order. Okay, so that's the sum of these two polynomials. Okay, now we're going to subtract this from the sum. Okay, so we're going to subtract this. Okay, so subtract this. Now, when I subtract, I put a parenthesis right here. I'm subtracting this whole thing. So subtract this whole thing in this parenthesis. Okay, when you subtract this whole thing, remember to distribute this sign right here, right? This, when you distribute this sign over here, this become minus. Minus here become a plus. Okay. Now, when we do that, let's do it vertically. So 8x to the 4y, subtracting 16x to the 4y, what do you get over here from this two, combining these two?
Negative 8x to the 4y.
Negative 8x to the 4y, right? So we get negative 8x to the 4y. Okay. Now, what about this one over here? Combine them. Remember, this become a addition. Remember, when you distribute the minus sign inside, minus become a plus, right? So it's addition. So adding 9x cubed y. So combine these two, what do you get?
X cubed y.
X cubed y, right? Negative 8 adding 9 is positive 1. So positive 1 x cubed y. So x cubed y. And then the last part over here, this one, there's no light chain to combine. You just copy it down right here. Okay. Okay, so that's the one. Okay, that's the end of today. Okay. All right, so the lesson is ended. So okay, thank you for feedback. So you guys can show your face if you